Jack Ma is one of the wealthiest and most successful individuals to ever live, having created multiple businesses, growing and improving the economy of China, as well as donating millions towards improving education, environment and public health. But life hasn't always been smooth sailing for the now retired business magnate, as he came from very humble beginnings. So this is the incredible story of Jack Ma and his rise from a KFC reject to become one of the richest men in the world. If the tagline "Never Give Up" was a person, it would probably be Jack Ma. He's been dismissed and rejected countless times early on in his life, but he never let that steer him away from keep trying and pushing, as another no is just one no closer to a yes. A few examples are Harvard Graduate School, who rejected him no more than 10 times, and when KFC launched in China, he applied for a position along with 23 other people. 23 people were accepted, he was the only one who was denied. There was also a demand to work for the police, and Jack took the opportunity to apply for it with 4 other guys. 4 people got the position, and he was the only one who got turned down, because as they put it, he was no good.
Even the KFC, when KFC came to China, come to IC, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy. And we went for police. 5 people, 4 of them accepted. I was the only guy that I received it.
But despite these rejections, he kept his spirit high and eventually became an English teacher at a Chinese college for 6 years. And the English language was something that interested him since a very young age, and his way of learning the language is truly remarkable. He learned the language without any real teacher when he was only 12 years old, and he would wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to ride his bicycle for 40 minutes until he got to the Hangzhou hotel. There he would look for foreign tourists that spoke English and gave them free tours around the city so that he could develop his own English skills through conversations. And being an English teacher was never something he felt passionate about, but was rather forced into the position due to lack of other options. And his salary of $15 a month probably played a part in that as well. But a trip to the US would change everything when a friend introduced him to the internet in 1995 and he stumbled upon an opportunity, and no one was in a position to reject his idea but himself. He simply searched for the word beer, and obviously multiple results of beers from all over the world popped up, except beers from China. He then typed in beer China and was presented with 0 results, which startled him. Every time he typed a word combined with China, no results would show up. That's when he decided to start an internet company and bring the World Wide Web to China. And although he didn't really know anything about computers or the internet, he decided to give it a shot. However, what has now become one of the greatest businesses in the world, Alibaba, was not the starting point, as he went to create other businesses before that. The first being China Page, similar to the Yellow Pages in the US, where they listed Chinese companies and products on the internet, and within the very first day of launching the website, he was contacted by various businesses that wanted to work with him, and that's when he first realized the immense power of the internet in terms of connectivity and ease of communication. However, the China Pages would never bring any real financial success, and he was forced to abandon the project. And it wasn't until 1999 he saw the opportunity to create a platform for small and medium-sized businesses to sell and communicate with each other internationally. And in his own words, without a rich father or a powerful uncle, he borrowed money from relatives and set up an office in his apartment with 17 other partners he managed to convince to join him. His vision with the company was crystal clear from day one, and he wanted to compete not only with businesses in China, but against the leading tech businesses from the US, such as eBay and Amazon. And in order to do so, he implemented an insane work ethic and abolished the traditional 9-to-5 working hours, and instead opted to work more than that. In the early stages, Alibaba gave its services away for free and expanded rapidly, however without making any money, and came close to folding. But the potential of the business was not only an imagination anymore, and people began to really see the huge opportunity that Jack had envisioned for years. And this led him to being able to convince Goldman Sachs and SoftBank to invest a total of $25 million into the business. And after 3 years of struggling, they were now finally profitable. And after this first taste of real success, Alibaba continued to grow and expand not only with businesses and customers, but in creating more platforms to further simplify the process of selling and buying in China. Taobao.com is owned by Alibaba and was created in 2003 as an online marketplace that focuses on consumer-to-consumer retail, similar to eBay in the US. and is now the world's biggest e-commerce website and 8th most visited website in the world according to Alexa.com. And they've also created Alipay, which is an online payment platform, and overtook PayPal for the #1 spot in 2013 as their transactions exceeded $150 billion. And the numbers continue to grow to this day, making him one of the most successful businessmen to ever live. He was the first ever mainland Chinese entrepreneur to feature on the cover of the respected Forbes magazine, and Forbes also named him as one of the top 25 most powerful people in the world, and he sits comfortably in the top 10 richest people in tech, with people such as Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. And when he first started his internet companies, he knew absolutely nothing about coding or computers, but he instead found people who knew more about it and partnered with them. And to this day he actually still knows very little about computers, and has stated that he only knows how to search and send emails, and he first bought his own computer when he was 33 years old. And his lack of tech knowledge became pretty evident when he had a debate recently with Elon Musk about AI or artificial intelligence. But although the tech side isn't his strong point, he excels in managing people and understands how to motivate and instill a vision into his employees. Alibaba has also smashed several records when the stock went public in 2014 and became the largest IPO in history, trading at almost $93. And at the end of its first day of trading, it broke the record in trading volume in the first minutes and raised around $25 billion. Jack Ma is not only a highly respected business icon in China, but all over the world, and Alibaba was highly instrumental in revolutionizing the country's e-commerce and international business developments. And before Alibaba came to exist, China was a desert with millions of small and medium-sized businesses without any simple way to connect and communicate with each other or customers. Alibaba's platform have immensely simplified this process, and it's now easier than ever to start a business or grow an existing one because of them. And what's interesting about Alibaba is that they have always challenged the idea that the desires of the shareholders rank higher than the customers and employees, and has opted to do the opposite of that.
We've been believing customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. And people say this is against our American investor philosophy. I remember one of the investors said, "Hey Jack, if I know you are shareholder number 3, I would not have bought your stocks." I say, "Sir, please sell it."
And their focus is instead to empower their employees and businesses that use their platform over the shareholders, enabling millions of people to make a living partly because of that. And this is something I respect highly, and I've actually used Alibaba's platform myself when creating a business. I operate from Sweden, and to simplify the process, we buy high quality products in bulk from China and ship it over to the US and sell it on Amazon for a much higher price point, and then take the profits. And I've made a video explaining how to do that, which I'll link in the description below if you want to know more about that. But I really recommend it if you're interested in starting a business with low cost, low risk and a great upside. And Jack Ma announced his plans to retire when he turned 55 years old, a promise he has kept and did indeed retire in September of 2019. And this announcement was something that sparked debate, and even Russian President Vladimir Putin has shared his concerns to Ma, asking him why he would retire when he's still so young. And it's been reported that he wants to focus on philanthropy and teaching. But other than that, Ma's reasoning for retiring is pretty simple. He has said, "I don't want to die in my office, I want to die on the beaches." And with a net worth of over $40 billion, I think he will enjoy that retirement. And so that's it. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.